I love that this is always what we talk about doing. We're always like, we should read, and then we never do.
Because we don't shut up. That's why.
So that's why we did lunch first.
I think that was very smart of us.
It was a really good idea.
Okay, so today is a very exciting day. Well, first, hello. It's Raimi and Emily. Today is very exciting because we are reading Sarah J. Maas all day today.
Yeah.
So what's fun is Emily has read all of Throne of Glass. I have read all of ACOTAR. And now we are switching and reading
Each other's favorite book series.
Yes. Okay, but I want to hear like what you're most excited about with ACOTAR.
Okay,
Well, I know you've heard like 10 million things, but like...
Well, and I've read ACOTAR a year ago, and then I reread it. So,
yes.
We're fresh.
Refreshed, ready to go.
And I'm on page...
She's already made so much progress into ACOMAF, it's actually insane.
Okay, but I like don't know my actual page, but about 140 in the physical book. And like it's already so much more romance. Which I knew this was like romantasy versus this is like high fantasy with like splashes of romance.
Yes.
So I'm already like kicking and giggling and I'm like
I know, I literally cannot wait to sit here and like read next to you and like get live reactions.
I'm so excited to hear you go, what?
I know. Yeah.
No.
No. Literally. So I have not started Throne of Glass. I finished Assassin's Blade
Yeah, because we talked about
yesterday. So I am moving on to Throne of Glass, and I'm very excited to see how Assassin's Blade like fits into the rest of the series. So we're starting on page 1, chapter 1. I'm very excited. This map isn't different, right?
No, it's the same. But remember,
yes,
I'm really upset because I have all the new Throne of Glass covers, and I've seen the map of Wendelin online, but none of my books have a map of Wendelin. So
I think the map changes over the book.
Okay, I saw a map briefly. I don't know where. I think it might have been Instagram, and it was more detailed.
Yeah.
And I think this is more detailed than it was in the first book. I don't remember this from ACOTAR. Well, I also have this one. So does maybe it changes in this one?
No,
yeah, no.
That's not.
So I like that it changes.
Ooh.
You should grab ACOTAR because
hold on.
none of the Night Court is on the map.
Oh,
I want to know if it's not in the map and when they're talking about it in their maps, no one has a map of the Night Court.
Oh,
so I've been meaning to look at my ACOTAR to see if it has like
it does
places.
have the Night Court,
but does it have like Valeris and the prison?
No, it does not.
That's so fun. I like that she did that.
Yeah, me too.
Because the map in Throne of Glass doesn't
even
change.
Here, that's missing.
Yes, I knew that it didn't have that.
And even
and it doesn't have whatever this is. I'm not trying to pronounce that. But
thank you. I'm so excited.
I put it in here for a reason.
Okay, so Emily made the coolest thing ever. She made a bookmark for, I don't know if you can see it. Here you go. Get it.
I'm like blocking my face. There it goes. There it goes.
Did I get it? Oh, I think it's on my face.
It's on your face
whatever.
again,
It's
but
fine.
It's fine.
It's a bookmark for the tandem read of Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn, and like what chapters and when you should read them and how much of each chapter. It is literally amazing. Yeah, I'm so excited. Anyway, we're gonna have a reading day and just sit here and binge Sarah J. Maas today. So thank you to Sarah J. Maas,
Our mother,
for today, because, well, we would probably be doing this with other books, but this is very fun.
I know.
So
I'm so excited.
yeah, let's get to reading. What?
Enjoy your tag.
Thank you very much. Thank you
so
very much.
I really want to read the book, but I have to finish this chapter. How long do I have left? 32 minutes. Okay, maybe. Oh look! I found it right away. It's right there. It did match, actually.
Nice. Okay. Now we officially need to shut up.
I know.
But it's hard.
Meaning like a wall.
Right?
Okay. only read 20 pages because they're like, did you read this part?
Literally. Best 20 pages ever.
Seriously.
Everything's fine. Oh my gosh. I'm not fine.
Oh, how do you say that one? That's the one I've been confused.
Hilarians.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I keep meaning to look that up and I just haven't.
No, you're not. Hilarians.
Twins.
No, I think that's great. Also, girl. She lost her temper once before. Once when her first overseer chose the wrong day to push her too hard, she remembered the feeling of embedding a pickaxe into the gut. Okay, Selena.
She is an icon.
Okay, Selena. Calm down a little, Selena.
You're like, calm down. I'm like, she's an icon.
She's an icon. She is the moment.
Okay, question. Do you do more than one tab on the same page if they're different? Or do you just do one tab?
Depends. I think if they're like completely different like characters talking or like completely different subjects, then yeah, I'll use more than one. But if it's like the same general idea, I'll just use one.
Like, I feel like these are different things.
Yeah.
So I say I need 2 of those actually.
Yeah.
Also, it really bothers me when I start to highlight something on one page and I have to do it on the next.
Oh, I hate that too.
I just hear,
Your Highness, set the captain at the guard.
what?
Thundering step issued from behind her and someone grabbed her by the neck. Selena only glimpsed crimson cheeks and sandy mustache before being thrown to the icy marble floor. Pain slammed through her face, life splintering her vision. Her arms ached and her bound hands kept her joints from aligning properly. Though she tried to stop them, tears of pain welled. That is the proper way to greet your future king. A red-faced man snapped at Selena. Rude.
Yeah.
Get your hands off of her.
It's my own fault.
Don't do that.
I know. I'm sorry. It was really weird.
So far, I'm glad that I read Assassin's Blade before this. Because I feel like I would be very confused. Like, very confused if I hadn't. But, we'll see. But on page 8, so far so good. Princes are not supposed to be handsome. They're sniveling, stupid, repulsive creatures. How unfair of him to be royal and beautiful.
I tell you, I love her. She's an icon.
Need to tab that. Freaking
Yes, you should.
tabs.
Yes,
all
you
the way
should.
over here. I like that it hasn't, like, you didn't get so much of the salt mine, because that would have been, like, really monotonous. But you, like, got enough to, like, she's, like, completely emaciated at this point. Like, she's, like, skin and bones, and, like, her belly's descended. And it was so sad when she was, like, I ate chicken for the first time in a year, and I threw up. And I was like, that girl is so sad right now. So I'm, like, excited to see her get, like, restored to, like, her healthy self.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that. So yeah. What about you?
I feel like not a lot happened because I spent like 30 pages on the dinner. It didn't feel redundant or anything, but like it was just a long. I love your reactions. But
one more picture of us reading because we're cute.
We are cute.
Let's see if we can get this.
Ooh. I love that the first second back you're like
Well, she went to sleep for the first night in the forest and there was like 3 hours in it. I love berries. I love berries. I'm gonna do it backwards.
love berries.
Like, I don't know how to do this backwards.
Wait a second.
Fingers do not operate.
You just do the same and then twist.
True. I can't do it very well though. How do you do it so well? Yeah.
You have to really like
Mine's
pull it
like,
back.
yeah, but mine's like bent. My second finger. This one.
Hurts for fairies. You just have to do it backwards.
Mine sucks.
Looks like a diamond. Yay!
Oh my.
I'm starting this time lapse over.
You're so
like, I know you're gonna get a video of us being like, oh.
Anyway.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Sadly, we have to be done reading together today. So I made it 66 pages in. I feel like that was pretty good for how much we laughed.
We did better than
I
20.
got distracted. Yes,
Yeah, okay.
much better than 20. Much better than I expected. And it's going good so far. A lot of stuff is happening. So I feel like I'm just trying to catch my breath. But it's good. It's all good stuff.
Okay, I have to do math to figure out how much I read today.
Oh my gosh.
Hearts for fairies! I read 54 pages.
Nice.
Which we read for 3 hours.
I know, I'm like, that is the worst timing I've ever done. But it was probably one of the most fun times I've had reading also, so it's like, it works out.
You also took a nap.
I did take a little nappy nap.
A little snooze.
Yeah, I was sitting here like this with my book like up so you couldn't see that.
Yeah, and I was
And
like
you're like,
this, and I'm like, oh, what's this thing?
And I'm like, yeah.
I will say, I wondered if you'd fallen asleep because I hadn't done you turn a page in a hot minute. Well, considering I've only been reading this for 2 days.
Yeah.
and I'm already...
What percentage does it say on the
38%.
Yeah, that's good.
But I'm already on page 236.
Yeah, that's really good.
Which is crazy. Like, that's a chunk, my friends.
She has made a chunk. I have made a little sliver.
But I'm also on spring break.
Yes, and I started this book today.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, of course.
Time to move on with our life.
True that. And get back to real life.
Yeah.
Hello. Good morning. Oh, that's hot. So, I need to move this out of the way. We are still reading. I made it to page 200 last night, and it was a struggle to get there, okay? Page, like, 45 through page, like, so page 145 through page 190 was rough, okay? I was texting my best friend being like, does this get better? Because I am struggling right now, because the book is about Selena going through these competitions, and while those parts are interesting, it just is like the in-between parts that I was just finding to like drag really on, and I was just, because it would be like the competition, waiting, competition, waiting, competition, waiting, and I was just kind of like, okay, we get it, you're in the competition, like, let's figure some other things out. And I was just like really lagging. And it was funny because one of the characters in the book was talking about how they were just waiting for the end of the competition to see who the winner was, because they were just bored at that point, just watching like the same people compete and like knowing like essentially who is gonna end up in the top two, and just being like, okay, we're just waiting for that to happen essentially. And I was like, yeah, I feel that so deeply right now. So I think we have made it out of the rut. It feels like getting to page 200, it definitely feels more interesting. I was literally like reading out loud to my husband because I was like, I need to do something to keep me moving forward in this book, so you are going to have to listen while I narrate Throne of Glass to you. And he was sitting there being like, because there was some stuff going down finally that was intense, and he was kind of like, okay, like that's what you're reading? And I'm like, yes. And we're going to keep going today, and I'm very excited because while it was lagging so bad, like it's still good. Like, it's not bad. It's objectively good, but there were definitely just parts where I was just like, we will see how we get going today. Oh my gosh. I should pause this, hold on. I don't know if I know exactly how to articulate this, but it's like those moments, if you ever experience this, like, it's such a rare and special thing when you can be around someone and truly just be yourself and like have whatever ugly emotions or excited emotions, big emotions, and talk about the things that you love and not feel judged or looked at differently. And
it like makes me like almost emotional. Sorry. Because the main character, Selena, has been through literally so much, and for her to like have a moment where she gets to just be herself and not all the things that make her this like deadly assassin, right? But like the things that actually make up her, that are things that you would literally never know unless you took more than 2 seconds to see who she is on the outside. And her just having like this moment of just being a complete goofball and like just being like a normal girl after everything that she's been through. I don't know why it made me so emotional, but like it just made me so happy. And I know this is like a fictional character, but like gosh, it just was very real. Like the way it was written, the way that she was like laughing and then angry and then so talkative and just like having no care in the world for an hour, which is like not normal for her. And that was just really cool to read about. I don't know. I know I'm crying. It seems so silly. It's silly to me too that I'm crying about this. But yeah, I just really like that because I feel like in some ways we can all relate to feeling isolated or feeling like maybe at times there's no one that you can be yourself around, or that there's very few people you can be yourself around. And when you find someone like that, it's just really, really special. And I just think that that was so like beautifully written, how like silly and sweet it was. I really liked that. I really enjoyed reading through that. Wow. That's so funny because I have not necessarily felt like super emotionally attached to this book at all until I think like this moment, like literally this moment. Obviously I've felt emotions because I think Sarah J Maas does such a good job of writing characters, but not like this, which is crazy because I felt a lot of like these kinds of emotions. Not exactly, but like more deeper, heartfelt, thoughtful emotions reading through ACOTAR. And reading through The Assassin's Blade, like, yeah, there's emotional stuff in there. And even, like, the first half of this, there's emotional stuff. But, like, I just haven't felt, like, super connected to the story or the characters or, like, really what's going on. And I think, like, it just now hit me that, like, I actually care. And the way that Sarah J Maas wrote Selena in this scene was just so human and so normal, and that was just really wonderful to read. So anyway, I'm getting a call, so I'm gonna answer that and keep reading. Okay, bye. Her Cinderella moment. I cannot handle this. I can't handle this. This is my favorite part so far. Someone got freaking butthurt. Oh my gosh. on.
Oh,
Oh my
goodness.
What? So, I have been reading for probably the last, I think like 2 hours, trying to get through the last 100 pages of this book. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know. This book is so confusing to me because I keep having moments where I'm like really enjoying it, and then moments where I'm like right now where I'm just like, oh my gosh, like something that seems like it's supposed to be so intense and like something that's supposed to be so gripping to me is like so boring. I know that's like actually crazy because I love Sarah J Maas. I love ACOTAR. Like I appreciate Selena as a character. I don't know, like I will have to see because I just feel like this book is very repetitive, and then you kind of get some more information and it's supposed to be like this big reveal. I have about 30 pages left. Like these big things are supposed to be happening, right? Because it's the end of the book, and this is not like the best angle. It was like a little crooked. Obviously things are like wrapping up and there's like this supposed to be this like big conclusionary situation, and I just, one, didn't care. Two, it felt like the solution was just so like bip bap boop, like, oh, we figured it out, like it's not a problem anymore, like, oh, let's just snap our fingers, it's not a problem anymore. And it's supposed to be like this big problem that you've been like figuring out throughout the entire book, like literally the entire book, and then it's like over, and I'm like, what? Like that was so I don't know, like I have been trying so hard to get through the last 100 pages and I am just dragging along. Like I have been putting it off because I just have not really had like a big desire to be reading right now, and I am getting to the last, like very last bit of the book, like literally the very last bit of the book, and I'm just like, I just am bored. I don't know, but I'm gonna sit here and read and try my best to just finish this book right now. So I guess here we go. I don't know. I definitely don't think that, oh, this is so hard. I gave The Assassin's Blade a 4 out of 5. I don't know that I enjoyed this one as much. I think I might give this one a 3.5 out of 5. Is that so bad? There were parts of it that I really enjoyed, and the very last little bit, like probably the last 10 pages of the ending, I was like, okay, yes, like this makes sense. This fits like the buildup that we've been having and everything that's been going on. But wow, this story dragged on and 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 on. I think for right now, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. I enjoyed obviously getting to know Selena better and getting introduced to some of the characters like the Crown Prince and the Captain of the Guard, as well as the, well, on the back it says a princess from a faraway country, but her name is, starts with an N, Nehemia? I don't
know if that's how you say it. I don't know. I really enjoyed them as characters as well as Selena. And there were like things sprinkled in here that like obviously I enjoyed, but like I just felt like the pacing was really off. Like I think we could have spent more time on the conclusion and more detail in the conclusion versus like all of the lead up. I think it like led up to less climax than I thought was going to be in this book. Obviously I know it's the very beginning of a very long series, so I get that like, you know, maybe she wasn't going for like some giant climax. I totally get that, but it just felt so rushed in the ending. I don't know. So yeah, I'd be really interested to know what your thoughts are on continuing the series. Also, if you have similar thoughts to me and maybe you finished the series but the first couple of books were like harder to get through for you too, or maybe you DNF the series altogether, I would just love to have some conversation about this, maybe even some encouragement to continue the series if you really think like it's worth it and I should continue the series. I definitely am going to give the next book a try. I think it's Crown of Midnight is the next one. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. This kind of was like all over the place. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, please let me know your thoughts about this series in the comments below, and please no spoilers. I'm really trying to avoid spoilers, but I would still love to know your thoughts. And yeah, like and subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me. Yeah, happy reading. Bye.